So I'm going to start by doing a demi-reine. This rein is halfway down her neck. My fingers and thumb are on the bit here very lightly, and I'm just going to ask her to lift her neck by bringing this rein down and this rein up, which puts the same action on both reins. And if she tries to take her head to the side, I just snap her. Okay, so from here, we could actually ask her to take her head down. So the first thing I would do is take a really gentle contact on the rein and then soften it and see if she follows the bit. So she hasn't. So then I would use a technique called action-reaction. The action is what I do, the reaction is what I'm looking for from her. So the action is that I lift the bit in her mouth on both sides. So I lift on this side, and I draw this hand, where the rein's now over the pole, towards my other hand. So I'm drawing my hands together. And it just lifts the bit in the corners of her mouth. Okay? And I'm just going to wait with her here until she thinks of doing something else to relieve that pressure. So I can leave a really light pressure, and if she takes her attention away, I'll just push her head back. So there she gave a very slight drop, and I release the pressure. I'm going to put the pressure back on until she figures out that what I want is a downward motion. And there she goes. Good girl. So that's the neck extension, and that technique was action-reaction to get it. We're going to do it just once more on this side, once on the other side, and then she'll have a feel for when I get on it. Okay? The other thing I did as her nose was coming down was guide it a little bit outwards, because she is very round. You've done an amazing job, because her poll is so nice and open with such a round neck. Like, it's really awesome, because this type of horse is so easy, right, to just do that. So at the walk and trot, and even when she gets in the canter, it's great, but of course that tendency is there. So when she goes into the neck extension, I'm going to be careful not to let her round her neck too much. So there she is, up with the demi-reine, and then I'm going to draw my hands together, put a little bit of weight on her mouth, and just wait for her. And I'm going to blow down my shirt while I do this. And pretend I have a fan. So when there's not much happening, I can up the pressure just a tiny bit, see how she responds to that. She chews very nicely, and then she draws her head down. So I stay with her on the way down. I'm not going to drop the reins, because it's a technique of going into the contact. So if the minute she drops her head, I drop the reins, she falls forward. And then, yes, she doesn't go into the contact. The contact's gone. So she learns that if she goes forward, the contact leaves, which isn't what we're trying to teach her. We're trying to teach her that it's a good thing. This is a good pressure to have, and to go toward. Good, so we're just going to repeat at the halt what we just did on the ground and see if there's a connection there. So just a little lifting of her neck, just by shortening the reins, and then I'm going to take contact on both reins and invite her to take her down. Good.
I use a lot of verbal cues with her too, so she will go down when you say down, unless she's excited.
Yeah. Then she goes up.
Then she goes down and moves up. So there she's folding a little in her bowl, right? So I'm just going to say new. It's not quite the direction I'm looking for. So I'll direct her pull up, and then offer her just the reins forward a little bit.
Mm. Good.
So there again, a little bit folding. So, good
Good
girl.
girl, good. Yes, I'm so smart. Give me my cane.
All right. Good. So we're gonna go off like that.
Don't feed her tonight, Kathy.
Don't feed her tonight, then she'll be mad at me. Why? Because she's too fat? She's a chunk.
So this really, Shelley, is just the start, right?
Mm-hmm.
That we're gonna get, although it's obvious you've done a fair amount of work on it because it's that already is like really good and much better contact there.
Mm-hmm.
So, but over time, we would want to get even more contact.
Yeah. That's nice. Yeah. So I got her nice saddle.
So instead,
Yeah.
you're going to increase the pressure of her until she actually does pay attention to you. Yeah? And stay there, stay with her, just increase the pressure and stay with her. Yeah? Increase the pressure. Yeah, and now ask her to take her nose out. That's not too bad. It's not down. So just walk a circle just to get her attention. It's too hard to teach her something when she's already distracted. Good. And stop, maybe facing away. Good. All right. Wow. That was perfect. What did you do it? I just didn't want to. Oh my gosh. Yes, so it's up, the A, and if you can, turn your hand over to you. So the hand that doesn't have the whip in, because you want to get in that. Very nice. Drop your hands. And then once she's here, and she could even be a little lower than here, right? Then widen your hands a little bit and offer. And little by little, you tell her, keep pushing your nose out and pick up more of the rainbow. Okay? Very good. And that is your relief, obviously, as you know, from this, right? And from this. Good.
Don't get too much of the
There.
it's
One more time, call them up. Yeah, but she curled and then dropped this way. That's not good.
But I don't want to get another up, and then I fix it up like that.
Yeah, but you do want up, but you don't necessarily want, I mean, you want her neck,
Her neck.
right? You don't
So I
necessarily
want
want
the
her head
I
up
want
here.
the base of the neck up, not her head.
Yes.
So I want to
And
lift her shoulders up.
a little bit, but it's not, I mean, you're teaching her this technique, you're not teaching her this technique, right? So don't get too crazy about it. You can't send her to a neck extension when she's in a neck extension. So there she's curled, you correct that. Now she's not. So she went here and then here, right? So just be aware of when she's actually dropping the ball to go like this, and when she's actually doing this. That's good, okay? So let's walk. Good, so you're just going to maintain a nice soft contact on the reins. And then from here, you're going to ask her to take her neck longer with action-reaction. So lift and widen your hands, and just wait there until you feel, that's good right there. You feel her pushing them a little bit, and then you offer the reins forward. Very good. Yeah, yeah. Very good. So here, you need now to improve the contact on the reins. Because really, even though her neck is long, it's not quite a neck extension because she doesn't really have any connection to her reins. And in order for her to connect to her whole body, she needs the rein connection. So you widen your hands again. So here she's come up, so you want to send her back down to that lower position. Yes. Keeping your arms bent and elbows soft. If you need to leave the reins longer to do that, go right ahead. Yeah. Widen your hands out. Good. And now you need to establish a connection with her. And you're going to do that by widening the reins and touching the corners of her mouth with the bit. So think of touching the corners of her mouth. That means your hands can't get too low. And then offering the rein a little bit forward again. Very well done. And you can make that a very, very, very small, as she is sensitive and she already knows this to some extent, right? So you can make that A to say, hey, into contact, into contact, into contact, very small. But keep doing it because she's still not in the contact there, right?
She bounces back up. She
That's
reaches
right.
and then she comes back to it.
But she also isn't pushing strongly enough into the contact to attach her body together. So you will feel under her saddle like some lifting, some movement of the muscles when you get enough of a connection to her mouth. So again, elbows at your side, widening your hands, and lifting them lightly. Try not to tickle her with the whip too much. Yes, very good. Good. Catch her, praise her. Very good. Yeah. And then when she's still in this place, which is really good, like nose is, pretty well level with her shoulder there. Now she starts coming up again. You ask her to come down. And be careful, Shelley, that your hands aren't asking her to come down by being down. The cue is hands up, head down, not hands down. Because it is a real cue, right, that we're teaching her. And if you just sort of hope that she puts her head down when you put your hands down, that's when she's going to blast through, because that's a trapping kind of emotion, right? Good. And here she needs her nose poked out even a little bit more, so ask her to think about the big hand back now. When she drops her head, it's going to look like a curl. A curl anyway, like.
See there, that opening I occasionally would get, like a relaxation, but not in a when she's working. When she was working, I would get more of the nosing.
So this, first of all, is your antidote to nosing, right? So once you start working her in more dressage-like frames, and because of her conformation, she occasionally goes behind the contact, this is what you're using to say, no, stay up in front, right? So you can use action-reaction in a short neck, a long neck, it doesn't matter. No neck, doesn't matter. So, but the aid is very important because it's actually like a cue. Boom, take the reins. Boom, take the reins, right? So just hold on to the reins. So I'm just going to show you eventually. So hold on to them as though you're doing action-reaction. So bend your arms and carry your hands a little bit higher. Yeah, good. So when she has the tension you want, it's going to feel like this. Okay? So it's like she's pulling you forward. Not down, but forward. For her neck extension, and just carry your hands a little higher, Shelley. Yeah, very good. So you're going to do your action-reaction, ask her for her neck extension, and from that position, so she can be a little lower than this, from that position you're going to ask her to trot. Think about your elbows being in front of you, your arms bending upwards to ask her action, and then giving softly forward for reaction. Very good. But now ask for the contact. You're giving too much rein away there a little bit. Good. And action. Lift, not backwards. Lift or widen, yeah. Good. And hands forward. And as they come forward, trot on. Good. So that's where your canter transition will come from also. Okay? Don't let her bend to the outside, yeah? Good. And rising trot. Good. So here, she's curled. So, yeah, widen your hand. So her neck is still a little bit too round. We really want to teach her to keep her nose out as a continuation of the work you've already done so well. So pick up a little more contact. And think about the cue that you're teaching her. You're bending your arms, holding your hands higher, bending your arms, bend them, yeah? And widen your reins. So the reins are long, aren't they? You're not giving her the reins. You have a length of rein, a long length of rein, but you're not, yeah, stay there now, Shelby. Bend your elbows. Stay there and ask her to take that rein length that you have forward and down. And then you stay on the end of the rein. Good. And every time you feel her come off the rein, you lift and widen your hands with your elbow. Yes, Shelley. Yes. And again, lift and widen. So that's what you want to feel like she's connected from her mouth to her tail.
The problem being with that, of learning that,
yes,
is that when they do the big curl, they do get the kind of a use of the haunches, but it's more the butt and not the whole
when they do this.
spot. Yeah.
Right? So they're actually doing the big curl to avoid using their haunches
But
properly.
they're not using the under.
No.
You can see it's round.
That's right. Round and very pretty. So, gradually over time, if you use this cue and just ask her to keep that connection, because she is really looking for a very steady rein connection right now. And I think part of the curling is her looking for that. So when she does go down, don't let the reins go. Remember that heel you had standing your arms up, turning your wrists. Yes, yes, very good. Yeah, and then she needs to go a little bit. Yeah, she needs to go more. She needs to go and offer the, yes, really nice with your arms there, Shelley. Keep the elbows bent so they can stay soft and ask her to go again. So you saw what happened when you asked her to go. What did she do? She actually reached further forward with her neck, which is what you're looking for. And now you need to establish some contact on those reins. So she needs your contact to counterbalance her movement in her body and to help her use her top line. So don't be afraid to let her feet up. Watch that. That was a curling rather than a neck extension. Good. And now, feel her mouth. Remember that feel you had. Don't keep your hands low. Bend your arms. Yeah. Keep them up and your elbows in front of your body. You're actually going to find the neck extension easier with a bigger trot. Yeah. And now ask her to take the contact on the bit, Shelley. Yep. Bend your arms. Widen your hands. And then send them forward. Good for you. Yes. And canter. Yeah, that was perfect timing. Good for you. And now you just do the same. So lift your hands. That's okay. Yeah. Lift your hands lightly. And ask her to take. Yeah. Very well done. Yeah. Again. Again. Good for you, Shelley. Good. And back to a trot. Sorry, I was yelling in your ear.
It's okay. She was asked to yell.